Okay, so guys, group one, can you start your role play and introduce what's your situation? Is group one here?
I thought, okay.
Okay.
And please introduce yourself and your roles, yeah? And
Okay.
Mike, please be ready for your comments.
Okay, we only have 3 of us, so we decided to take on roles as managers instead of having a CEO, and then we'll make like executive decisions together. So I'm Fiona. I am the production manager.
I'm Hila. I'm the HR manager.
And I'm Justin, the marketing manager.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this case, our scenario is that we're running a garment company, and due to the pandemic COVID-19, our sales are dropping sharply, and we're almost going bankrupt. So since there's only the 3 of us, we've chosen 3 managers, which are HR managers, production, and marketing. So maybe Fiona, you would like to
Okay, so the first idea I had to try to save the company is we have to cut our costs because we don't have any income. We need to make sure our production is efficient, and to do that, we should cut down on our electricity use and other overhead costs. Yes, and we also need to make sure we're following protocols. So for that, Kila, for our HR department part.
Yeah, so from the human resource managers. So firstly, I will be cutting salaries for the employees and may as well lay off some workers, but not the ones in the operatives level. So we may be laying off some workers in the frontline managers, and then those works we will just we'll give them to the top managers. So we have to get the top managers to maximize their work, and we won't be laying off the operatives because we think that they are the ones with the very little salary, I would say. So I guess we'll just be cutting their salaries. And for the health protocols, they all will be required to do the COVID rapid test, just so that our company won't be getting in trouble with the health department. And for the marketing managers, maybe you'd like to say something.
Oh, also first, I'd like to add for to follow protocols, to follow social distancing protocols, we'll have like, instead of laying off like the operatives, we're having them come in like only half at a time. So that that way we're only using like half of our factory's like electricity also. So they can safely social distance, and we're also cutting costs, and we only have to pay them around like half the salary they originally had. Okay, next, marketing.
So yeah, me from the marketing team have decided 2 primary changes to our advert. First of all, we decided to change from using conventional advertisement like TV advertisement or internet. We have decided to go mouth to mouth and do exclusive contracts with several business, if possible. And the second changes, we have decided to ride the trend wave, use as much relevance as possible to push up the sales. So yeah, that's from the marketing team.
Okay, so only 3 of you were in a group 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
I see. So my question starts now. Actually, group 1, the topic is quite tough, quite difficult compared to other groups, because we have ever seen this kind of unprecedented pandemic situations, not only to the garment manufacturing industry, but to all the industries, right? But just now I remember the human resource manager wants to lay off people, cut the salary into the half to reduce the cost, right? But I think as a human resource manager, your job is to properly compensate and benefit the employees, right? So in all the companies, they have the labor unions. You cannot just fire or lay off people because you want to reduce the cost, right? So my question is like, how will you justify your layoff plans, or how will you persuade employees to take the risk of becoming jobless in this pandemic? How will you talk to them?
Surely we're not just gonna lay off these workers straight away. So I think it's better if we just make like an agreement with these employers. Like for example, we'll have to lay off some of them just for now, but then once our company has get back up or boost up our sales, or maybe more stable, we can make an agreement with them so that they could get back and work with our company.
Well, yeah, it's a good strategy, but one thing we have to remember, especially in Indonesia settings, laying off people is not easy. It's very difficult. You need to have proper reasons. You need to follow and comply with the labor law. Yeah, you need to convince them with proper conditions. Like, oh, I don't have money. My company is not doing well, so you need to leave. We cannot do that here in Indonesia.
Yeah, especially
So
we'll
maybe,
also have to
yeah.
avoid riots. I think that's like a common thing in Indonesia.
Yeah, not only a rioting, but it's considered as illegal.
As in, sorry?
It's considered as illegal. It's against the law.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that is something that you want to consider. And for a marketing manager, what did you say just now? I could not hear you properly. Can you repeat your?
From the marketing team, we have two primary changes in our strategy. The first one, we changed from public advertising to doing exclusive contracts with several business that want to buy in bulk, maybe. And the second one, we decided to ride the trend. We squeeze as much relevance as possible. Like, for example, right now we in a pandemic currently, so maybe we can make a garment based on the corona pattern or something.
I see that is a very creative way of dealing with the people. I see, not trying to hide or avoid the virus, but try to, make a use of it. It's very interesting. But one thing I want to ask you, you want to have an aggressive marketing approach, right? You want to do more advertisement or marketing.
We not really aggressive, let's say. We choose a more direct approach where we approach a business that may want to purchase our goods and try to convince them mouth to mouth directly. Like, we come to their company and explain what's the benefit of buying our textiles, rather than doing public advertisements like, TV advertisements. And yeah.
Yeah, I see. But especially in retail businesses, you don't want to spend the money right now. Your parents doesn't want to spend the money on anything right now. I also don't want to spend any money to go for shoppings, right? So retail industry is one of the hardest hit industry by this pandemic, right? So maybe you want to be extremely careful about when you develop your marketing strategy in this pandemic era, especially in Southeast Asian, because we are not getting any better, right? Everyone hope we will be out of pandemic soon, but unfortunately it will last for a few more months, right? So I think that is the main problem, main challenges of all the marketing managers in the world right now. Yeah, and I appreciate your creative approach to the marketing. Thank you. Shall we move on to the group 2, please?
Sure, thank you, Mike.
Hello.
Hi.
Where's my team? Hey, the company of Alvito Textile. Okay, so I am the CEO of the company. We are from Group 2. We'll the apa sih? The situation that we're having right now is that we are it's close to a bankruptcy problem. So the solution that I suggest, sorry ya bro, harus gue Okay, so my team are Danisha as the production manager, Ray as the marketing manager, and Azumardi as the finance manager.
Right.
Okay, so the problem that we're having that is one of our buyer is canceled the 30 roll order from the 30 roll order. So the solution that I suggest that we should reduce our price for the selling, and we should restructure and rebrand our company brand. That's the solution that I suggest. So what about Azumardi as the finance manager? Does it fit our budget
Right.
for the project?
I just had the company do a company-wide audit, and they forecasted that if we do this restructuring and rebranding, they forecast losses. There is no way we can do that without, increasing the budget. We don't have the funds for that.
Oh, all right
How much?
then.
How much did each role cost?
Production manager, Danisha? How much?
Each room cost around 500,000.
Oh, okay.
Great. And how much were they selling for?
We're planning to sell around for 750,000.
Right.
Right.
Is that fit a budget?
If we sell to the seller, we'll survive maybe a month or two until we find another buyer. But I don't think we can do a complete company-wide rebranding and restructuring.
All right. For the marketing manager, Ray, what are the solution that you suggest?
So I suggest one that you said before is lowering our prices, and second, we could probably use the material and make something out of it. Like for example, we can make clothes, or we can make like, I don't know, like what could be used for it, and we can put out more ads probably through the internet or by the old school way with flyers and brochures.
But
and that would cost more money.
yeah.
So it's
Ray, do you agree with me that we should rebrand, because as you said that will not fit our budget? Do you agree with it?
Rebranding, I don't think so, because right now our brand has like quite a strong name, but we just have this problem to go through.
I do have a solution, but you might not like it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
What is it?
Shoot it.
You could sell shares of the company to investors. We could find new investors. That means, of course, you lose.
Yeah.
How much percent of the company?
My share. I lose my share.
You lose your shares.
Yeah.
But if we do that, we'll get that budget. I feel we'll get that budget to restructure.
Because we don't have any money left. I like your idea though. So from the part Danisha and Ray, do you agree with it?
Yes.
Yes.
For investor?
Yes, but it's all up to you.
All right.
So Ray can be in charge of finding new investors, and Danisha I could work with her to sell off these 30 roles in the meantime, while we find those
investors.
Yeah.
All right, then Ray, you should look for an investor to invest in our company. So then I'll sell my share. It's okay.
I recommend fintech investors. They might want to invest
Yeah.
right now with the volatility going on.
Okay, then.
Okay.
That's the that's the end of our meeting. That's the end
That
of
was
our
great.
meeting. Okay, I agree to that.
All right. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. That's very nice. Mike, any question?
Yeah, interesting role play. I was surprised that CEO just gave up the shares of the company very easily. Well, if you were in the edge of pressure, then yeah, you might want to do that, but that's the last thing I want to do. I give you a share of the company for investors, right? So one thing I can ask the question to you is you want to reduce the price of your products, right?
Yep.
It's not so
Yeah.
easy as what you say here.
Sorry.
Because lowering a price of the product can be a very significant impact to your company, especially if your industry is a very labor intensive, meaning you have a very high fixed cost already, right? So you do not have a room to reduce or lower your price, but it has a limit, meaning it can actually not be a very helpful idea in terms of the finance in your company, right? Like for example, you used to sell at $10, you cannot make it $5 or $2 all of a sudden, right? So
Yep.
as a production manager or as a finance manager, you need to carefully assess what can you save, what can you reduce, or what can you get rid of, right? We have to get rid of our waste in order to survive, right? So my last question for the group 2 is that anyone doing your own business or family business already in group 2?
It's my friend. Oh, I run a business. My friend's business.
I have one too.
Okay, so may I ask what kind of business is that?
Now I'm selling t-shirt.
Oh, you're
it's
selling
not-
t-shirt.
Yeah, no, but it's not yet started yet because the
Okay.
design is not finished.
How about you, other student?
I have a laundry business right now.
Laundry business, right? So you see, both of you are engaged in a retail business, right? Is it easy for you to
Yes.
just cut the price into the half?
No.
No, right?
No.
So yeah, so it's a very difficult decision to make, and it's not the best solution because cheaper price doesn't mean that you can have more customers. Yeah.
Yes.
And so it's also a difficult questions to answer in this pandemic time. But thank you for your ideas. Appreciate it. Thank you. Let's move to the group number 3.
Okay. Guys, since we're starting a potato chips business, I need several things to be clear. So first for the HR manager, I want the quality for the recruitment to be at least they already graduate high school and people who understand about machine and technology, since we're producing our product potato chips in the factory. So is everything going well in finding the recruitment, and what is your plan on finding the right recruitment or employee?
Yeah, we are halfway to meet our recruitment labor rate. I have put down all of your qualities in our job description and job what our job needs for the labor, and I think it's going well.
Okay, thank you. And for the finance manager, since we're making a factory, we will need a lot of money. We need for electricity, for our machines, for our packaging, also for the salaries for our employees. And so have you found any bank that are willing to give us loan or any sponsor that will give us money?
Yes, actually, I have find several banks to make a sponsorship and to look for some investor to provide our production fees, advertising, and to develop our product.
Okay. So since we're in a pandemic, it's probably pretty hard to advertise our product. So, but even though there's a pandemic, I still want our product to be seen by many people. So the advertising, it should be on a media that a lot of people has. So do you have any plan on what media are we going to use to advertise our product?
Yes, I suggest that we should create an online advertisement through websites, social media, like advertisement videos or posters, and then we could attract the consumer through our rare design of logos, packaging, and eco-friendly and unique stuff.
Okay. Now for the production, we need to make sure that our quality of potatoes are nice. So how are you gonna make sure that the quality of our potatoes is good?
I will try to find a good supplier and make sure the quality is good and the price is not expensive.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Okay, then.
Finish?
Yes, finish.
Okay. Mike, maybe I want to ask some question, yeah? Guys, why did you choose the potato chips for the business?
Because in this pandemic, the only surviving businesses are like only food, and yeah, that's the only thing that that comes to my mind, because everyone needs food, especially in this pandemic. It's only the food business is going well.
Okay, I agree with you that everybody needs food, yeah. But why potato chips?
Because it's like an everyday food that you want.
Well, I think as
Excuse me, can you repeat it? Cannot
It's like
hear.
a finger food that we eat while we are working from home, studying from home. It's like the one thing that we want.
Oh, okay, and you know that there are so many potato chips brands around, yeah, the strong brand names, yeah, like Lay's, Chitato, and many others, yeah. What make you so sure that your product is kind of better than them, or make the customer choose your product? What is the
The big
uniqueness?
market makes us to improve ourselves. That is why we are up to the challenge.
Yeah, I think we could attract more consumer through potato chips because children loves it, and the others can enjoy our products through our unique concept. I mean, we could talk about the rest with the production manager about how would we decide the flavors and the types of our menus, other menus.
Okay, you mentioned that your potato chip is unique, yeah. What make it unique? What make it different with other potato chips?
A lot of potato chips brands, they use like ingredients that are not that healthy, like MSG or something. And we make sure for our potato chips we use ingredients that are healthy and we can eat it. There's no MSG in it, but it still tastes good.
Okay, that's good. And then, what is who are your target markets? You mentioned the children, but then apparently that also adults also the potato chips. Actually, who are your target market?
Well, our target is mostly high school students and college students.
Why? Why did you choose them?
Because I think most of high school students and college will enjoy our product because, as Quina said, it will be more healthier than other potato chips snacks. I mean, we can enjoy it while we're doing our projects or just hang out with our friends.
But do you think your customer concern a lot about the healthy potato chips? I mean, with the one with no MSG, something like that. I don't know. I'm asking you. How about you guys? Yeah, did you concern about the healthy food or something like that when you consume something?
Well, I think now there's not much food that are like, for example, like vegan, or there are like dairy free or gluten free. And I know a lot of people are looking forward for foods that are actually vegan, gluten free, and like healthy for yourself, for our body too, but we can still enjoy it. So that's why we want our chips to be like vegan, or there's no MSG, so people with at any age can enjoy it, and yeah.
Okay. Okay, but yeah, it's my opinion. Usually, people who are concerned about those diet food or healthy food are more to adult, yeah, to people who are already working, because usually the price of that kind of food also uh, more expensive than the regular one. Okay. Mike, do you want to ask some question for this group?
Just one quick question for this group. You said you want to have a good quality at affordable prices. That's everyone's dream, right? So in specific, how will you maintain your good quality while offering an affordable price?
We will hire like professionals that are already have experience, so that we will not have to spend more money on teaching them how to do things. That will save our cost.
That is a good strategy. Thank you. Let's move to the next group, please. Group 4.
Yeah, hello guys. I'm from Group 4. I'm Brian Hansyana Putra. Since there's two Brian here, Brian Hansyana Putra, and I'm with Fiji and Gaia. I am Brian from. I am Brian. We're making a conversation with friends in Group 4. I am the finance manager, and Fiji is the marketing management, and Gaia is the production manager. So since it's a conversation with friends, I'm gonna start first. Hello guys. So sorry I'm late. I'm sorry for the lack of my lateness. So yeah, I think I have a brand new idea for you guys. What do you guys think? I think we're going to make a business together. What do you guys think? I think I want to make a restaurant that since it's pandemic, I think we cannot make a restaurant in place, but take out. What do you guys think?
I think it's a good idea. I think it's like a good idea because I actually know someone who raised a cattle for beef, so I can like negotiate with them.
Oh yeah, that's actually a great idea. So because we are three of us as CEO, that's why, and we only have our own budget, and it's going to be so little. There's no much budget. So I think, yeah, that's a good idea. Because of you're saying that it's beef. Yeah, let's just make all beef then. What do you think, Fiji? Or Gaia, what do you think? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it's like very good idea. So are we going to build a restaurant, or are we just going to do delivery? Especially now we're in a pandemic.
I think we're just gonna get a sponsor from Grab or Gojek, since it's pandemic and it's going to be pretty hard for people to go out. And yeah, that's about it. And since we have a so little budget, we only get from our personal budget. Yeah, so we're only working on our own home. So there's only like 3 delivery places.
So unfortunately, because we're low on budget, so I need to go to the farm myself, since I need to still to initiate the protocol, like the health and safety regulations. Especially if we're going to be like very worried because it's, especially in this pandemic, they need to see and like ensure that our beef is
good and fresh, right? Yeah. Yeah, as the production manager, you need to consider that yourself, and you have to know that to see that the food is fresh. So you have to go to the farm yourself. How about for the marketing, Fichi? Use your earphone. We cannot hear you.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, since we're doing delivery, I'm going to manage the social media presence and like apply to Gojek and Grab, obviously.
Yeah.
And then build up our hype. And then once we get the budget, we can maybe get a real restaurant.
Yeah,
Also,
that's
I
a
think
good
we
idea.
should have like coupons and discounts and get 10% of our profits to be donated to the homeless. And then every week we can just give them free food. I think that's very nice since we're in a pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, since you're like the
Okay,
marketing
so
manager. Okay, wait.
okay, so to summarize, we're just going to open delivery first, right? Because we don't have enough budget, and for maybe like to open a restaurant, we need some lightning budget and everything. So yeah, we're just going to consider for delivery first. So yeah, that's it. I guess we're gonna end our conversation now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. Mike, do you want to ask some question?
One of my good students, Mr. Kenji Subianto, might have a question to ask for this group.
Hi, sir. Okay, so what restaurant were you planning to make? Like specifically in which
Fast food company.
So it's going to be a franchise, or are you going to make your own company?
We're going to make our own company. So it's a company like McDonald's, but it's only beef because of like what the production manager said, that we only have a beef farm. So we can only make all of things from beef.
Okay, and where do you plan to start your restaurant? Like, where is your first restaurant going to be open?
Since it's still pandemic and it's going to be hard for us to open a restaurant, so I think we're going to just stay at home and open like PO delivery.
Okay, and what are your plans for advertising them?
For the advertisement, I think we're going to from YouTube to maybe like to Tokopedia or any other places for us, so we can advertise.
Social media for sure.
Yeah, social media too.
Okay, and what makes you think you can compete with like fast food restaurants like KFC and McDonald's and Burger Kings?
Because we're going to make it very affordable, and we'll make sure that our beef production is very sterilized, since people are quite scared to go on fast food restaurants. We'll make the protocol really nicely done, so the food is going to be sterile.
Okay, and how are you going to ensure it's still going to be sterile from when you make it to when it reaches the customer?
I think we're going to make a package that will keep sterilizing the food. So it'll be hot and still fresh for the customer to get when it reaches them.
Okay, I think my friend Kendra would like to ask something.
Please, please mind off the time. Yeah,
okay,
maybe
okay.
we
Yeah, miss.
better move to other group. Then Kendra
Okay,
can
miss.
ask for the next group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kendra ask the
Okay.
next group
Thank
aja,
you,
miss. Next group
guys.
aja, miss.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Maybe now the next group 5. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, because we still have 4 more groups. Yeah. Group 5, please start your role play.
Hello guys, my name is Eric and I'm the CEO from the company that produce and sells this t-shirt and online. And and right now I want to introduce my team, Raisa as Human Resource Manager and Cindy as Marketing Manager and RC as Production Manager. And right now we are planning to expand our business to Japan by creating unique collection to each country. But we are having trouble with our production sector as it will be hard to produce different kinds of designs while still selling it at affordable price.
Well, hello. Uh, if our company wanted to make different kind of collections to different kind of countries, it will be hard to achieve because we need a lot of workers and a lot of money to achieve all those things. So I suggest to just choose one country, for example, Japan. We can make our design related to the famous icon of Japan, for example, and then yeah, I'd like to know about the workers regulation from the HR manager. Hello, Raisa.
Raisa, hello.
Just ask any other question to the other manager, please.
Okay. How about the marketing manager? Do you have any idea how are you gonna promote our products?
As a marketing manager, knowing that our target customers are anime watchers, I think it's best if we can work together with top anime cosplayers from Japan, as they will be able to reach the targeted audience.
Right. So we can also collab with another company, like collab with another brand who are specialized in anime stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe we can do an online survey for the consumers so that we will know their preferences to see whether our products will be successful or not.
Like example, before we're gonna launch like a new collection, we're gonna hold an online survey and see which they like the most, and we're gonna produce them. And yeah.
What do you think, CEO?
Maybe I want to hear Raisa. There is Raisa. Hello.
I think Raisa has a problem with her speakers that Kenzie told me. So, anybody want to represent her?
So she's an HR manager. I think she wanted to say that since now it's still pandemic, the workers will be doing it online, and then we don't need to recruit any of the Japanese workers, only recruiting the Indonesia workers since we're still a small brand. Yeah, and then yeah, since it's a pandemic, the workers will be doing it online, following the protocol nowadays. Yes.
But later on, and if we're gonna branch out to Japan and make an offline store there, we're gonna of course recruit some local workers from Japan for better service for the customers.
Okay, maybe that's all from our team. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. Now I think Kendra would like to ask questions.
Okay, so for the store in Indonesia, is it Indonesia?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be
Yes.
offline or more to online?
Online.
For
Online.
now, our brand is online, and
Yeah.
then we will expand it into offline later.
Okay. How are you gonna ensure that you portray a Japanese style to your restaurant? Like, um, before you asked about doing online surveys about the type of foods, but from what you said about being a Japanese restaurant, you're supposed to be selling Japanese food, right? Instantly.
We are a t-shirt company.
T-shirt company.
Oh, sorry. T-shirt. Like,
Yes.
you said online survey. What do you mean? Like, what type of T-shirt they want? Can you give an example?
We're gonna like work together with some Japanese animation company, right? And
I think
the
Cindy has a
our customers can choose like the anime that they
Basically, she wanted to say that we will work with the anime companies, and then we will ask like what is trending on Japan.
And we're gonna surf online survey.
Yes.
So you're gonna who are you gonna ask the thing to again? Like, which one is trending?
We can use social media.
So your market is Indonesia, but you're basing your audience preference based off Japan. Is that right?
So basically, we're Indonesian brand, and we wanted to expand it to Japan. In order for the products to be sold successfully in Japan, we need to follow the Japanese preferences.
How do you make yourself different from like Japanese brand who are already doing the same products?
We can collaborate with our Indonesian icons, so that we will differentiate it with the
Japanese
normal
style.
Japanese brand. Yeah, because we're gonna collaborate with Japanese brand.
Okay, thank you.
Any other question? Mike, do you want to ask something?
No, I think we don't have enough time. Let's move to the
Sure, okay. Next group, please. Group 6.
Oh, I'm muted. Sorry.
Yeah. So, good afternoon, everyone, Mr. Mike and Miss Nariana. We are from Group 6. We have me. My name is Annabelle. I'm going to be role playing as the marketing manager, and then we'll have Dustin as the finance manager, Brian as production manager, and Valeska as HR manager. And the scenario that we are given is we are a company selling distro shirts, and we are planning to export our products overseas. So yeah, without further ado, we would just like to get straight to the presentation. Okay, so hey guys, I just got my sales report back and it's looking really good. We have lots of sales. Despite competitors, and since we are already selling our products across Indonesia, our CEO is thinking to export overseas and he wants us to discuss the possibilities. I was thinking of Singapore because the market demand is somewhat similar to what we are selling. So what do you guys think?
Yeah, I think Singapore is a pretty good country since it's a neighboring country to ours, Indonesia. So we could save up on the expedition costs. Like, it's very near to us, and Singapore is a very open to trade. I think that we wouldn't face much difficulties to like penetrate the market there. How about the HR manager or production manager? What do you guys think?
Is a very good idea, but as the HR manager, I think we should hire a specialist to tell us about Singaporean trends, because although it's similar, Singapore still has different trends than Indonesia. different influencers too. And we can use the info from the specialists to give to our Indonesian designers so that we can fit the market even better there.
What are you doing?
Please continue.
What about the production manager, Ryan?
Of course, for the production manager, we'll be focused on the budget, and I'll be looking at what similar undertakings have cost in the past and communicate with various of teams members, like to see what they'll need in order to do their jobs effectively. And also, I will present my evidence to the. I'll also be presenting my evidence and try to keep them from lowering the budget too extensively. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you everyone for your inputs. I will make sure to conclude our discussion and give our findings to the CEO next time.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Mike, do you want to ask question or you want to ask Abby to ask a question?
Where is Abby?
I don't know where is he.
Yes, sir. I want to
Where?
ask.
Okay. You can ask
Yeah.
just a quick one question, please.
One question.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys mentioned, the main thing is that you guys are gonna export your products overseas, right? Your t-shirts.
Yep. That's
Like how will you export? Because there's so many ways you can export, right? You can like physically like export it from wherever you're producing it to Singapore, or you can open a franchise store there or something, or are you going to physically like produce the shirts there? Like how are you going to export it?
I think we'll produce it in Indonesia. It's more cost effective.
Mm.
And then we'll just produce, export the final product there.
Yeah, I'm only allowed to ask one question, so that's my one question, sir. Thank you.
Okay, let's move to the next group, please.
I think, guys, next time you will take the export-import class from Sir Mike Kim, yeah. So then you can find out more about it. Okay. So you want to move to the next group, Kim? Mike?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, group 7, yeah.
So yes, we are from group 7, and the scenario is that we are discussing about organizing a drive-in concert about capacity of 200 people. And then I am the CEO, and Mellisa as the finance manager and HR manager, and Daryl as the marketing manager and production manager. So let's start. So thank you guys for attending this meeting. For the first, I want to ask about budget that we needed to organize the concert. So the finance manager, can you explain it to me?
Yes, so we have a total budget of 2 billion rupiah accumulated by the sponsorship of multiple companies, such as Gojek, Tokopedia, Halodoc, Bicha, and other minor sponsors. 300 million for a place in Gelora Bung Karno, 200 million in salaries and medical kits to ensure everyone's health, 200 million in profit. All of these are estimated prices, and an additional 700 for the musical actor and actresses and their costumes.
And then what plan do you have to get the budget for the fund?
We had sponsorships by Gojek, Tokopedia, Halodoc.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And then I want to ask for the marketing manager, the plan for the tickets that have to be sold, is how many in a percentage way?
The ticket will be sold online, and it is estimated 2,000 tickets will be sold, and the target market will be adults and young adults.
And how the price?
The price is between 200,000 rupiah until 1 million rupiah.
Okay, that's good. And then for the HR manager, I want to ask, how many committee do we will have for the security, sound system committee, consumption, and others?
Okay, so we have employed a total of 80 securities guarding both the RTs and the people, 20 to guard the entrance, 6 medical teams consisting of a total of 30 people. And for the committee, we have recruited 20 people performing 2 functions such as marketing and production and human resources and finance. This will make the organization more effective.
Okay, nice. And last but not least, do the production manager have prepared for the schedule for every artist that will perform in the concert, drive-in concert?
Yes, so we prepared. So the concert will be held during the New Year, and it will be held not too long because due to health safety and health concern, and we will host local bands instead because it's not too expensive, but people like it. And then we also follow the safety and health procedures.
Okay, thanks guys. Thanks for attending the meeting, and that's all.
Okay, thank you guys for the presentation. I think the last for this one, maybe Nabil want to ask a question. Nabil, are you there? Abby, where is Nabil? Nabil is not there.
Yes, Miss, tapi I don't think I have a question.
Lah, kau don't have a question. Nggak dapat kartu partisipasi kamu nanti dari saya. Okay.
Waduh.
Okay, Mike, maybe you want to ask a question.
Just one quick question, because we are studying business and management, right? So when we host this kind of concert to help other people and to work together to overcome the difficulties in the pandemic, what do you get as a sponsor of this concert? Just now, I remember a few companies are sponsoring this event, right? So what can you gain from this sponsorship in the concert?
Popularity.
What is it?
I mean, brand image.
Yeah, tell me more.
Also,
market the sponsors. We will show that they sponsored us for this charity work. Yes.
How does it actually benefit the sponsor company? Other than brand image, what do they gain?
Sir, so there are some companies that are one of the non-profitable business. So we are aiming for those. We are aiming for those business to sponsor our concert because we want to be charity to people that are affected by COVID-19. And I think those businesses or companies will want to sponsor our concert because they are the same like us, because they want to help people that are affected by COVID-19 or get some problems.
To add on to that, it will bring good image as the company because they are doing CSR. Yes.
Right. CSR, you will discuss more about the CSR in other classes. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Let's move to the last group, please.
Yeah, I think that will be the last group. And Leonard, I think is ready to ask a question even before the presentation starts.
Oh, okay.
He asked me to chat it. Okay, guys, for the last group, you may start now.
Okay. We just introduce our roles first. Dafa is the CEO. I am the production and HR manager. Fabian is the marketing and finance manager because I think Agnes is not here. Okay. So it's just the 3 of us and 2 of us are taking double roles. Okay. Dafa, Mr. CEO, will you start the meeting?
Yeah. And as the world is now, the COVID-19 pandemic has rendered in-person concerts unfeasible and danger. That means our planned in-person concert has to be shelved. However, we have another option that's been conducted in this day and age. which has been online concerts. What would we have to do to be able to hold an online concert? Azra?
Well, I think since we are just a bunch of young adult friends and we're trying to make this indie concert, we could try to go to indie bands that haven't gotten as much use out of the charity concerts as larger stars, because we have seen charity concerts before, but with bigger names, and maybe we can tap into a market for charity that hasn't been tapped into before. Of course, we would need equipment like servers to manage the streaming, maybe even some cameras if they don't have any, and mics and setups. And we need to ask each individual artist, because they probably live in different homes, and the prices might skyrocket if they don't have the necessary equipment. Finance manager.
Okay, so about getting the funding for an online event. Now, events typically are sponsored by like one-off events are usually sponsored by food and stuff. Like for example, musical events or events of the arts usually have sponsors regarding the food, like for people to go to when they're tired or to be displayed. But then of course we can't opt in for those. So maybe we could go for more online sponsorship avenues, such as we could take a internet provider such as IndieHome, First Media, that would go for more. They would probably agree more to sponsor our event, because again, food probably won't get much out of our event other than advertising. And as far as marketing, we will also have to shift our strategy, because again, we are holding an online concert, and in this day and age, COVID-19 has prevented people from going out and about. So physical marketing will be at least a minimum. At worst, we'll have to phase out physical marketing, such as billboards, posters completely, and move towards online marketing. Perhaps our strategy can change towards being advertised through online ads, such as YouTube advertisements or banners on websites. And might I add a suggestion of getting our performers also promote this event on their social media, so we could go pander towards our market of young musical fans of performers that we're going to invite.
I think that's pretty reasonable, and because they are tech savvy, it might not be hard to set up. Especially, they'll probably have their own instruments and their own microphones. Renting for a couple hours is also actually pretty cheap. It's not really that expensive, and a lot of renting companies right now, especially for the film industry, are saving a lot of their microphones and their setups. And we can technically still afford that budget if it's not too many indie artists. Mr. CEO?
That was a good idea for me. How about finance, Mrs. Agnes? Hello.
I don't think she's here right now. Fabian, can you talk about the finance and how we're gonna structure the pricing and everything?
For pricing, again, since we had to shelve our in-person concert, we can't really go ahead and use in-person tickets as we have planned before. We will have to go and try to go shift our admittance procedures towards pay-per-view. We need to go research on platforms that allow for pay-per-view events. And for pricing strategy, we will have to see further.
Okay, I might recommend maybe we have the price pretty cheap. Our market is young adults, and I don't think they have much disposable income, especially now. and we can just try to go numbers wise and try to get as much as possible, because I do believe that even the artists haven't had a chance to perform in a while, and this might be a good opportunity for them to also get a cut from the charity, from the pay-per-view.
Not bad. The accessibility factor would help in getting more people to attend.
We need to still do more research on whether or not the market is still actually starving for content, or they actually have any. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that conclude our meeting, Mr. CEO?
Oh yeah, that's the end. Thank you very much, guys, for coming.
Okay, thank you guys for the presentation. I think Leo is disappear, Mike, because of the connection problem. Do you want to ask the last question, the very last question, Mike? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, so Leo was disappear because of the connection problem. Actually, he would like to ask question, but now maybe you want to ask the last question, Mike?
Yeah, because we're running out of time, I will just make it very brief. I do not have any question for the last group, but I have a few concerns because this is the first time I'm meeting the students in a Zoom meetings, right? So based on my experience and based on all other lecturers' experience, there are few things that you need to keep in mind. For the courtesy and the respect to the others, please turn on the microphones and the cameras until the session is completely finished. Because in the Zoom meeting, we can see the faces virtually, right? So if you just turn off the camera and don't answer to any question, there is no point of joining the sessions, right? So you have to show respect to your classmates and especially to the lecturers, unless you have the permission or exceptional cases. And for the technological concerns, please make sure you have a very stable internet connections. Otherwise, everyone will be trying so hard to understand what we're talking about. That's why we get very tired, right? So I suggest you to use the earphone headset if you have one. If you don't have one, I strongly encourage you to get one. And also, when you attend the Zoom session meetings, please turn off other electronic devices so you cannot be distracted and you secure the stable internet connections. And for the Zoom session, normally we will have a shortened lesson hours. So we don't do a Zoom meeting lessons for 3 hours, 4 hours. So do not panic. It's only 100 minutes maximum. So I think it's going to be a very difficult time for the freshmen, especially for the semester 1. You need to study in advance. And while you guys are in a Zoom meetings, you can ask many questions. So I suggest you to have a very active discussion in the Zoom sessions. So you study at home in advance before the sessions. And during the Zoom session, you can do a very good discussions. So we will try our best to ensure the high quality of the lecture. So you have to help lecturers at the same times, yeah. I see in terms of the language and the presentation skills, you guys are very good, very nice, very impressed. Even though the regular session is not started yet, I'm very impressed about smart students. I'm very happy. Please keep in mind that there are few considerations and my concerns during the regular sessions. Other than that, I think I'm very happy and I'm glad to see you all you guys in our virtual sessions. Look forward to meet you guys in person. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mike. And I agree with you there regarding the kind of requirement for the Zoom meeting and everything that has stated by Sir Mike Kim. Yeah, I'm really agree about it. Yeah, because if you know the lecturer teaching while you guys all turn off the camera, then it seems like we talk to our laptop, something like that. Yeah, and regarding your presentation, yes, I'm kind of surprised, yeah, because even though you haven't started the uni yet, but I think you already have a kind of a sense on the business, and that's reflected from your conversations, yeah, and the role play. So then I think you guys are ready to become our students, yeah, at BINUS business school, yeah, for undergraduate international university. So I'm really keen to see you guys in my classes, but it won't be in the first semester, even though I will monitor you because as I told you on Monday that I'm the cost coordinator of the Introduction to Business and Management. I think that's all from me, and thank you for everybody, and thank you also for the senior students, yeah, who assist us, and Mbak Dewi, and especially to my Kim, yeah, who also
Thank you.
helping me here. Okay, see you very soon in the next semester, even though it's virtual meeting, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you, Miss Noriana and Mr. Mike for the session today. Thank you for sharing the knowledge with us. And thank you everyone, all the freshmen, for participating very well today. We apologize for the technical difficulties we faced today, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. And please be on time tomorrow. We will see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye guys.
Bye.
Maybe there's a question in